Hold up. Yeah. Up.
Welcome to this week's edition of Our Perspective on our Ninche Report. This week, we deal with a very controversial topic that a lot of people have been talking about all over the world for weeks now: conspiracy theory. Some conspiracy theories have been able to draw a linkage between the 5G network, also known as the fifth generation network, and the coronavirus pandemic. They claim that the network breaks down the human body and the human immune system such that the virus then takes advantage of this and causes more havoc to the human body. They have mentioned the likes of Bill Gates and Huawei as leaders in this havoc against the human generation. Is this true? Should we believe them? Should we take anything that they say with any seriousness? So, our perspective speaks with three experts from around the world. They share with us their expert opinion on whether these theories are true and whether or not we can draw a connection between the 5G network and the coronavirus pandemic. My name is Efo Koku Mauto. I will be your host for this week, standing in for your regular host, Ninche. This week, we have three guests from three different countries around the world. Our first guest is from China. His name is Fadil Yassana. He's a computer programmer and has been living in China for quite a while now. And we all know that China is the epicenter or the origin of this coronavirus and all the conspiracies surrounding it. We also have from all the way in France, Patrick Asanti Owusu, who is studying an MSc program at the ITMO University in France. From Ghana, we have our own Mohammed Silla, who is a techpreneur and a blogger. Guys, welcome to the show. This is our perspective on Ninche Report. And now to our first question. Guys, tell us, what is the current situation of the coronavirus outbreak in your country? How are things like in terms of number of cases, in terms of what your government are doing about it?
Hello everyone, I'm reaching out to you from Wuhan, China, and I would like to share a few things with you. First off, I would like to tell you the situation in our city now. For the past 80 days, we've been under lockdown, and a couple of days ago, I think 5 days ago, the city was opened up for businesses, and I think everything is now getting back to normal. So I would say that our city is about 95% safe now. Everyone goes by his or her daily activities. It's just that unfortunately some of us are still indoors. You know, we're just taking precautionary measures. We want, if we know that it's about 101%, we can go out. So for now, I think our situation is much better as compared to how it was. So for now, we are better off, I think, more than most of the countries now. So that is the situation in our city now.
Okay, so currently the confirmed cases in Ghana as at 14th of April was 636 with 17 full recoveries. And fortunately, a majority of these cases are responding well to treatment. In regards to lockdown, there has been partial lockdown, like 2 regions. And since then, the virus has entered into other regions, which I believe sooner or later there will be a revision of the lockdown, maybe to expand to those regions. But one thing that is very important to note is the fact that the government of Ghana launched the COVID-19 tracking application. That's on the 13th of April, which is in a good direction, but unfortunately has received mixed reaction in the tech community. And I only hope and pray that the Ministry of Communication, will look into this and just try to address the issue and resolve it, because you are talking about biodata and health data of millions of Ghanaians who will be uploading this or installing this application for the use.
The case of coronavirus in France, it is reported that France is among the top 5 countries, if I'm not wrong. Currently, there are 94,000 plus cases recorded in France, and about 14,000 plus deaths also. But what is so sad here now is the part of France that I live in, the region itself, Grand East, without an A in the spelling, though has more cases as compared to other regions of France. Because currently there are 4,000 plus cases with 2,000 plus deaths. And unfortunately for us in this region, there hasn't been any recovery. So it just makes the case here in France or this particular region very difficult. Fortunately for me, I live in a state where the cases aren't that much, I suppose, because the the cases here in Nancy, you wouldn't usually hear it, but in the capital of of this region, that's where the major challenge is. That's in Strasbourg.
That said, I mean, what is 5G network, and what relationship does it um, have with the future of technology? How does 5G relate to the future of technology and the future of humanity?
Okay, so 5G simply refers to the fifth generation of mobile connectivity. So we had 1G and 2G. 1G brought about call and text. 2G, 3G, 4G was all about internet. And 5G is going to make it much more better. So pivotal of the 5G design is virtually to connect everything and everybody. Machines, objects, human beings, and that's where Internet of Things comes in. So 5G is built to be more reliable, have massive reach, and make it very fast. So for direct impact of technology, the impact is going to be on mobile broadband. It's going to be more accessible to everyone, and two, it's going to be very, very fast. So assuming you have a 2 hour movie to download, if you're on a 3G network, you are going to be using about 3 to 5 hours to download it. But if you're on a 4G network, you are going to use about 6 minutes. Now 5G, you are watching your movie in less than 4 seconds. So that's 5G for you. Very, very fast and very, very accessible.
5G is a mobile network, as we already know of other mobile networks, not MTN, not Vodafone per se, but then the 3Gs and the 4Gs or the LTE that we currently use. If someone doesn't know of it, that's what you find on top of your phone. So with that one, that's the next generation mobile network that you could use to connect to the internet. But the essence of this 5G network is for its capability to carry much data and how fast it is. Being fast and this capacity, talking about this capacity itself in terms of the data that it could carry. Because as at now, we all know that if you are in the IT world, or just say if you're in the IT world, yes, in the IT world, let's say that you know that the data that we share now comes very fast and they come in numerous numbers. So that's when somebody will talk about the big data. Let's not talk about that one. But if data is being received very fast, and you would want to also transport it and share it across very fast, you would require a very fast network. That's where the 5G comes in, because with that one, it helps in carrying huge amount of data and information that one person could get is very fast.
All right. So now that we understand what 5G is 5G harmful to the human body? Can the network, the 5G network, break down the human immune system so that other viruses can then uh, sort of break down or cause more harm to the human body? Should we be afraid of the 5G, or should we accept it into our system?
5G, 5G, in my opinion, is not harmful to the human body. And I'm going to say this. If we're going to go by that, if we're going to say that 5G is harmful to the human body, let's look at it this way. From 3G to 4G, we have about 100 times intensity. See, the intensity between 5G and 3G and 4G is about 100 times. And between 4G and 5G, it's about 10 times. So if we're saying that it's of high risk to us, that means that we're already living in a high risk environment in the event of 3G and 4G. So if in my opinion, I don't think that 5G is going to be harmful or is harmful to the human cell. So if anyone is saying that, well, it is subjective. Some people could also say that it's harmful, but they have to come with some facts. But in my opinion, 5G is not harmful to the human body.
Is 5G harmful to the human body? That's a big no. The human body is made up of 70% of fluids, and these fluids absorb what we call the electromagnetic radiation or EM radiation. EM radiations are basically radiations that are given off by waves on the EM spectrum. These are the number of waves that we have surrounding us. Some of these waves are ionizing, others are not ionizing. Ionizing radiation, it means that when they come into contact with chemical bonds in uncontrollable environment, they break them. So example is the X-ray. Right? In the X-ray, even though it's an ionizing radiation, it's still being used to cure or manage certain medical conditions, right? On the other hand, are non-ionizing radiation, which have no effect on the human body, absolutely no effect. Right? We are looking at FM radio, Wi-Fi, electricity, that's power frequency, mobile, visible light we get from our bulb. All of these are non-ionizing. 5G falls under a non-ionizing radiation. And according to the global system for mobile communications as GSM, of over 20 years of research, and they keep assuring the public, right, that there is no connection between network antennas and the frequency or the waves that they give off and establish human risk, health risk. There's no connection between these two.
So, so what do you make of the conspiracy theories that are flying around? I mean, we've seen videos to the extent that the Ministry of Communication in Ghana had to release a press release to state that there is no relationship between 5G and the coronavirus. I mean, what do you make of all these conspiracy theories that are linking Bill Gates, Huawei, China, that are making it sound as if there is a new world order that is trying to use the coronavirus to cover up the establishment and installation of the 5G network? And this 5G network is going to cause a lot more harm to the human body. What is your opinion about these conspiracy theories?
When it comes to the case of coronavirus and 5G and the whole conspiracy theories or false news or fake news that we hear about, from my specific knowledge, I think everything that they say or they talk about concerning the cause of coronavirus being 5G and anything else is absolutely false. This being said, I'm saying this because when you read some of the news or specific news outlets which have been able to, from within this space of time, found out some scientific works that provide us with accurate information, then you would know that there is no way coronavirus could have been caused by 5G, because basically the coronavirus strain itself is caused by animals or is evidently found in animals and is being transferred from animals to humans. So there is no way a technology or an infrastructure or anything that we know of would cause a disease or would cause a virus. No.
Um, as to those people linking 5G to the coronavirus, well, like I said earlier, everyone has his own opinions. But in my opinion, 5G has nothing to do with coronavirus. Coronavirus is just a disease that the world is engulfed in. And we have to try as much as we can to, to stay safe and then, follow all the protocols that have been outlined. But to link it to it, 5G, that's ridiculous. I don't think 5G has anything to do with this pandemic. And if it has, then I don't know. I don't know the science or the logic behind it. But if you look at 5G, it's a radio wave and it's of low intensity. It doesn't. It's not like X-ray or the other high frequency radio waves. No, this one is of low latency. So I don't see in any way how 5G is linked with the pandemic. So I, I, I have the opinion that 5G has nothing to do with this pandemic.
Conspiracy theory, 5G and coronavirus. To me, it's just funny to say the least, right? Conspiracy theories has always been, as new technology has always been met with these kind of theories, from Wi-Fi to smart meters to even cell phones. But everyone is using a cell phone now, right? So, like I pointed out earlier on, there hasn't been any connection between non-ionizing radiation, where radio wave falls, and 5G is one of the radio waves. That's a very small frequency. It means the energy is very, very small. So it has no harm at all to the human body, right? The sun emits what we call the UV rays, and the UV rays has energy. The amount of energy it has accompanied to it is more than what the radio waves have. But we haven't had any issue with the sun. No one is saying let's stop the sun from directing the waves to us. No. So I think the argument is just bogus. It's just bogus. So as a people, we just have to be embrace 5G as a technology, separate it from COVID-19, that's coronavirus, and address the issue of coronavirus, and just embrace technology, 5G technology, for what it is. Yeah.
Now let's talk about the everyday people, the everyday man who walks on the street. Do you think that the everyday people in your country know about these conspiracy theories? And how alarmed should they be? How concerned should they be? Should they be worried about these conspiracy theories? And how do you think that can then affect the government's efforts on handling the coronavirus pandemic?
The conspiracy theories and the everyday people. Surprisingly, even a couple of my peers, right, have succumbed to these conspiracies. And I'm not surprised if I come in contact with the everyday Ghanaian and he or she believes in it. I'm not really surprised. The National Communication Authority, the NCA, on the 9th of April, made a press release that categorically, right, stated that there is no link between COVID-19 and 5G technology, and they gave up all the proof in the press release, right? In a country where we are still expanding infrastructure on 3G and 4G, I don't see why we should be concerned of these conspiracy theories in the first place. 5G conspiracy theories, I don't see the reason why, right? And it will be in our interest to start educating the public that 5G is not harmful, because already we are behind in the tech race. And if our fears stop us from pursuing 5G, trust me, we will be doomed forever. We will watch others grow while we remain stagnant, and we will forever be users of technology. We will forever be users of technology instead of being manufacturers of it. And that's really, really bad as a country and as a continent.
Do everyday people in my country know about these theories? Well, let me say, for Ghanaians, I think so many. I have had calls from home asking me about these theories. I know most of my people in Ghana, they know about these theories, and I'm telling them that they shouldn't panic. They should take it normal. Mostly if any new technology is coming up, some of these things crop up. So it's normal. It's normal, and they shouldn't believe some of these theories. They should just try to embrace the situation and know that the world is evolving, and 5G is here to stay. And the earlier we embrace it, the better. And with regards to the Chinese people, I'm in China here, so I can speak on that one too. With the Chinese people, they are about technology. When you come to China, there you know that technology is really working. So I, if for once, never heard anyone saying that 5G is cancerous or 5G has the potential of causing coronavirus or anything like that. And I don't even think, I've never heard anyone discussing it here. So they are not alarmed. They are not alarmed at all. So that is how it is.
All right, guys. All right. Thank you so much for making it to our perspective on Ninche reports. this week. But before we leave, share with us what are your final words for the people out there about the 5G network and the coronavirus pandemic.
My advice would be that people should not take these theories seriously because there is no scientific proof of what is going on. And even if, as at now, what we know about coronavirus itself has no correlation to infrastructure in terms of the telecommunication infrastructure. There's nothing of that sort. So to me, I would say nobody should listen to it. But I can't force anybody on what he or she would choose to do with the information they receive. The other thing is, since there is a lockdown in France, I do not know if the people here do take these kind of conspiracies to be serious.
Well, my final words to the people of Ghana: please try and stay indoors. It is not worth it if you go out there and contract this disease, and then at the end of the day, you will end up infecting so many people. So I pray that you stay indoors. No matter what it is, please try and stay indoors. Coronavirus is real. It's not a hearsay. Please try and stay indoors and try to wash your hands regularly. Try to use your hand sanitizers. If you touch any obstacle, whether it's a surface or anything, please try and stay safe. All right? Bye-bye.
Okay, so my final thought, I would like to take it from a general perspective, right? And thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to speak on this topic. But my message to the Ghanaian leadership will be for us to embrace technology, right? We also need to involve the youth as much as possible and make STEM education a pivot in our educational system. STEM is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, right? Because without these, right, we'll forever remain back. We'll have less chance to compete to the outside world or with the outside world. And so thank you very much for the opportunity given me. And I'd like to use this platform also to thank all our medical professionals involved in the fight against COVID-19. We are doing our best. We are staying indoors, and we hope it will come to a pass and a vaccine and a cure is found as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you, Fadil. Thank you, Mr. Wusu. Thank you, Mohammed Silla, for making it to this week's edition of Our Perspective on Ninche Report. We hope that when we call on you the next time, you will be with us. There you have it. The experts believe that you cannot draw a relationship between the 5G network and the coronavirus pandemic. Do you believe what they say? Do you accept their opinions? Do not forget, share your views with us in the comment section under this video. And also, remember to subscribe so that you can always get exclusive videos from the Ninche Reports team. My name has been Efo Koku Mauto. This week I stood in for your regular host, Ninche. Stick and stay with us. We'll see you next week with another beautiful video on Our Perspective. Bye-bye.
Hold up.